cruelty knows no bounds, when evil knows no limits, revenge strikes with its most frightening power. They called her One Eye, then ran for their lives.
We've got a peck of trouble. Frigga killed one of her regular clients yesterday, and I'm betting she's out to get the three of us.
They defiled her beauty. They robbed her of speech. They brutalized her body. And when they had finished, she used what was left to repay every blow with her own terrible kind of revenge.
Find out where she's getting her stuff and set her up. Then get rid of her.
Your most fearful nightmares, the most cruel sights you have ever seen, cannot match the shock of this motion picture experience.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We have a special treat for you today. We have a new house band with a new dimension in rock and roll. We have the one, the only, Dragon Sound!
This band is the only family I had.
They're all black belts in Taekwondo and they're pretty bad.
I don't want you to mess it up by going out with a second-rate musician like that John character.
They came in here to play goddamn songs for kids!
Not escape the Miami Ninja!
Everybody stood!
Friends through eternity, loyalty, honesty will stay together through thick or thin. Friends forever will be together. We're up top 'cause we play to win.
My father! I found my father! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Meet Vernon Potts. This is what they did to him. Stop! Watch him as he turns into a beast, too grotesque to believe, and terrorizes his teachers to death. See Vernon Potts turn on to become the demon of Horror High.
I make that out to be a laboratory beaker, Lieutenant.
We found it close to the coach's body.
The world's most evil teenage mind creates terror for the school that becomes known as Horror High. A distorted trip into the nightmare of death.
Well, you know how some drugs can change a person mentally? Well, I've been trying to prove that you can change them physically as well.
See the terror that stalks the hallowed halls of Horror High.
Vernon, where is Mr. Mumps?
He's dead. He was part of the experiment. That's why I've got to give it up.
You just turn on the light.
There's a maniac running loose around here, and two people dead already.
Guess you're gonna have to play with the big boys today, huh? Give that back.
Give it back! Give it back!
Do you dare enroll in Horror High?
What the hell is that ungodly godly sound you're making.
See All-Pro John Nyland as another victim of Vernon's rage. See Horror High, opening soon in this area.
Horror High is a scream. Horror High is a blast.
Since the very beginning of time, in the Garden of Eden, one of God's creatures has symbolized the darkest fears of man's primitive emotions. It is a creature that is hypnotic, sensual, and loathsome. It is the snake. But not all men have known a snake like Stanley. Meet Stanley, a snake unlike any you have ever seen, in a motion picture that will make your skin crawl. A terrifying journey into the primitive swamps and jungles of the Everglades, a world where the only instinct is survival. A world where the cold-blooded creatures walk on two legs.
There's no accident. There's no accident we shot your father. We killed him! Boy, now you're gonna get what you gave me a few minutes ago.
Stanley, the incredible story of a man and snake. They shared a bond of trust in a world of hate.
I'm sorry, Stanley, but you're gonna have to stay in the truck. People just don't understand friendly rattlesnakes.
Stanley, starring Chris Robinson, a man who could no longer live among men. Stanley, a snake who trusted his natural enemy and was used to carry out a man's personal vengeance. Stanley, the incredible story of a man who killed to save the friends he loved and learned to love the art of killing. When Tim gets mad, Stanley gets deadly.
Stanley. Bite his hand.
There has never been a motion picture like it. If you have ever touched the emotions of horror and revulsion, if you have ever feared the fangs of death, then you know the terrifying impact of Stanley, a snake that learned that only man kills his own kind.
It started as a game. Now they are playing for keeps.
Trying to kill us.
And the only person who believes him is a legendary agent named Flack. Cloak and Dagger. Rated PG. Starts Friday at select theaters. Check newspapers for locations.
Think you can break the code?
The key is how to get to it. I think I got an idea.
The guy who gave it to me said something about some numbers.
What number?
1,329 something.
I'll bet you anything that's the secret code that we're looking for. Can you think of anything else?
No.
Davy, are you alone?
Reminds me, Davey, I want to get those walkie-talkies back.
Sure, Morris. Lady Ace. Come in, Lady Ace.
I'm here.
Kim, where are you?
Your house.
Get out of there. The spies are there. Kim?
Seems we each have something the other wants, don't we, kid?
Yeah.
We might consider a trade. How's that sound?
Just leave her alone. She doesn't know anything.
She does now. Do you know the Japanese sunken gardens?
Yeah.
Good. We'll meet you there at noon. If you tell anybody about this, we'll break your little friend in half.
Don't give it to him, Davy. Rule number 2, never play by the enemy's rules.
I have to give him something. I couldn't take that.
We do it all the time. It's called commandeering necessary mission equipment.
He looked like a fella that's got a couple of enemies.
Hi, Dad.
Hi, sweetheart. I know how eager you are to be married, but maybe that's not your calling.
What's going on with Sister Alessandra? Probably like daydreaming about some guy that's gonna magically come and take her away from here.
Did he just smile at you?
I don't know.
Why is he smiling? Who is that?
I don't know.
Sister Ginevra, Sister Fernanda, Sister Alessandra, Sister Maria. These are your sins.
Bling, bling, bitch, do my own thing, bitch.
Abusive language.
Spit on me, they called me a Jew.
Lustfulness. Homosexuality.
This is too tight.
Did you roll your eyes? You were rolling your eyes.
Wake up, little bitches, let me show you how to live.
Bless me, Father, for I've sinned. I have slept with another man's wife.
One of you sluts thinks he's quite the jester.
Preaching to you little bitches, did you hear what I said?
These girls can be tough. I'm not gonna lie. They can be very tough.
What is this shit?
This is a turnip.
That's not a turnip, it's shit!
They physically have attacked people.
You know who my father is? Yeah, you can talk to us, you ain't world!
So respect my business. Bling, bling, bitch, do my own thing, bitch.
Is it true that you've never been touched by a man? No, never. It's the greatest pleasure on earth.
Looking out for my mama and my day one bitches.
It's a mortal sin. We wouldn't get into heaven.
Yeah, then you probably shouldn't do it.
And my thought for loving the rock.
What is wrong with her?
She is on drugs!
All my hot girls with me, and we dance around and bounce those titties.
It's the longest list I've ever had. Apostasy, abusive language, heresy, revelings, eating blood. Do you think I've ever written down eating blood before? Where am I?
Bling, bling, bitch, do my own thing, bitch.
Bom dia, meu querido Uno. Quanto tempo? O que é que tá se passando com essa cabeça? Eu sei das injustiças que esse mundo tem feito com você. Vamos sair dessa e ir pras ruas. Lutar por justiça.
Tio, eu escuto a voz dos carros. O senhor não acha que se os carros pudessem conversar com todo mundo, isso não deixaria as pessoas mais isoladas, individualistas?
Eu acho que o ser humano é uma espécie natural, né?
Será que estamos nos transformando em máquina?
Precisamos avançar, aumentar os recursos, aprimorar as potencialidades, utilizar os nossos inimigos a nosso favor. As peças reviverão em novos corpos. Os Kings!
It's the Saturday night mystery movie.
My name is Inspector Ike, and I'm here to solve this mystery. Roll camera.
When a star actor gets knocked off by his understudy,
What does all this mean? What's happened to Chip?
it's up to New York City's greatest police detective to crack the case.
All right. Who did it? You do it?
No.
You do it? No. You do it?
No.
Do you think he killed himself?
It's possible.
And the stage is set for a high-stakes game of cat and mouse
Pressure's on. Big time.
that will leave you begging for an encore.
Hip hip! Hip hip! Hooray! Yeah, hip hip! Hooray! Hip hip! Hooray! Hip hip! Hooray!
Inspector Ike, coming soon.
Inspector Ike wants as usual.
Времето злото властва безнаказано. Денят на разплатата е близко. Едни бягат, за да оцелеят. Други са решени на всичко, за да ги убият. Фантастичен екшен, представен от Топ Видео Рекърдс. Борба за оцеляване.
I'm nothing but trouble, baby.
I love you, Larry.
This is the last deal. It's a big one, baby.
Seems that people can't conceive.
To some degree, I guess they've accepted the fact that I am very successful as a woman.
I'm willing to return a fortune for a few hours of harmless pleasure.
You're a hard-selling woman. You always
You actually mean you have a bomb implanted in her breast?
This is much, much better than Mission Impossible.
tell me how.
It's very nice, but not very feminine.
What a phony you turned out to be.
Just turn up when the time is right. Can't help me but
this business is in your blood.
You're a hard-selling woman. Always take your due. You're a hard-selling woman, and you got me hooked on you.
What do you think of that?
From the director of Montenegro, a new formula for comedy.
G'day, ladies and gentlemen. The cabin area is now being sprayed by quarantine officers. Please ensure that you remain seated until the spraying is completed.
Welcome to Australia.
My name's Becker, Atlanta, Georgia, USA.
Can I offer you something? Coffee, tea?
Mr. Becker, I'd like to work with you.
Well, why don't we go into business together?
Well, what the hell is he? A Pepsi man?
If we got sex out of the way, we could relax.
Listen, the sound of Coke. Dark and bubbly. Why our dark and bubbly liquid is so loved by all those Eskimos and other Canadians, we don't need to know. We need only just to bring it to the people. Every day, Coca-Cola makes new friends and new places. But still, the earth will not be truth-free until Coke is available everywhere. She's a dangerous woman, your mother.
Under the hard sun, when the day is low, and you die in the snow. So be one drink, it's universal. Don't wanna go where there's no Coca-Cola. Slide by the road when you drink it, go. Slide by the road when you drink it, go. Slide by the road when you drink it, go.
What's your name?
You can call me the Coca-Cola Kid.
Eat you up with this never let go.
Eric Roberts and Greta Skaki in The Coca-Cola Kid, a film by Dujan Makavejev from Cinecom International Films.
Stand by. Okay, roll.
Here is Keaton on Canada's East Coast, about to star in his 87th movie, a 25-minute color short called The Railrodder. In it, he will travel from the Atlantic to the Pacific in a runaway railway speeder. The director is Gerald Potterton, whose films have been twice nominated for Academy Awards. For Potterton, this is a rare opportunity to work with a master. A second film crew made this record of them at work.
You're coming along this way, and an engine just with a caboose, with a big locomotive. Cameras behind you, traveling with you. So that you got the thrill of that being on the same track with you, coming right at you. And just about the time he reaches this switch is when you see him, and all you do is this. He goes onto that track, and you go to this one. See?
He's been insisting for the last 3 or 4 years that he is at least partially retired and intends to retire completely until the phone rings. But deep down, I know darn well that he enjoys working, or he wouldn't say yes.
So I crossed that trestle, wrapped up in a paper, standing up in the car fighting the paper. And once I get it spread, I'm helpless.
Tell him time's running out.
We got to stretch his son, so if you want to let him go.
The director has decided against Buster's idea. Instead of being wrapped up in a map, Keaton crosses the bridge doing his laundry.
What happened? Didn't he tell you what he was going to do?
No, I didn't know he'd shifted gags on me.
Well, I know the main reason they didn't want you going over the trestle with all wrapped up in newspapers and things. Said it was too dangerous.
That is not dangerous. That's child's play, for the love almighty.
The 100th anniversary of Canadian Confederation, and high time to take some pictures of the centenarian. Take it from the top, they said. Show us the old girl, warts and all. And away we went. Canada was once knee-deep in ice. It is now warm enough to swim in most of Canada, at least part of the time. Canadians live right next door to Americans and have to protect themselves.
Ready!
Now, there haven't been any live dinosaurs in Canada for 60 million years. But there's a thriving little cottage industry in Calgary that makes ladies' jewelry out of dinosaur bones. It's been said that Canada is the oldest underdeveloped country in the world, that she is the size of China with the population of Iran, that she has the cultural development of Afghanistan, the economic structure of the Congo, and the climate of Siberia. But the people who say these things are Canadians. The rest of the world seems to like her.